has incredible potential to transform work, leisure, and potentially even economies. But the IMF is warning that the hype and fear of missing out could be leading to stretched valuations.
Yes, we certainly do see some stretching valuations. So at the moment, we think that stocks are, perhaps 10% overvalued on average. Though that is much less than, say, in the tech bubble of '99, where, according to our estimates in the Global Financial Stability Report, the stretching was twice as much, of the order of 20%.
So it's not .com all over again?
Exactly, it is not. It is not. But having said that, there's very high concentration, right? So whereas in the .com bubble, you saw many companies and it wasn't clear who were going to be the winners, who were going to be the losers. Today we see quite a bit of concentration, a lot of profitability. So a lot of the run-up in the valuations is really driven by profits that have outperformed expectations, but we do have this outsized concentration, and how that interacts with valuations going forward is certainly something to watch closely.
Well, the concentration is around a handful of stocks doing particularly well thanks to the AI story.
Exactly.
But it's also around deals that have been inked, that one company must be buying chips for another to get paid. Is that circular nature of some of the AI deals also concerning?
Exactly. So that is deepening the concentration in some sense. So we look at a small number of names, and they are getting more interconnected. So that could potentially raise any downside risk if there were negative shocks and there was a reassessment of valuations. We haven't seen that to date.
Well, I think we are seeing already in the short run productivity gains. The big question mark is, to what extent is this just a step level effect, or is it going to be sustained over the medium to long run? And then I think it will depend on how much we are able to really transform particularly our productive activity. And remember that Spain is a country mainly populated by SMEs, small and medium enterprises, so we have to really target that specific segment so that they're able to really enter the new digital AI world in a natural manner, and they are able to grasp those benefits in the long term, not just in the short run, where you can see short productivity gains happening. And at the same time, we have to make sure that those gains, they come together with the reinforcement also of the labor market and labor rights and new labor opportunities for higher skilled labor, which actually translates into higher wages, again, which can feed a positive feedback loop around that.
The reality, though, if you asked me to name one Spanish AI player, I couldn't do it. Talking about AI day in, day out, I still could not name a Spanish AI company.
Well, I'm going to tell you one, for example, which is a fast-growing startup which is called Multiverse. What they're doing is they're developing what we called, they're merging quantum and AI, so that they have a software for compressing large language models, which are very energy intensive, very cost intensive. So their compression rate is above 90%, and they're leading in this technology worldwide. So there's just one example of what is actually happening in Spain.
Well, AI will be a game changer for our economy and the global economy. It's hard to imagine an aspect of economic life or life more broadly that won't be completely transformed by AI. We're looking to chart a middle path which maximises the economic opportunity of AI at the same time as we minimise the risks and manage the risks for our people. And I think a lot of countries are going through the same sort of process. We're releasing an AI capability plan by the end of the year. My colleagues are working on that with our help and support. And that is all about maximising the upside, minimising the risks so that we can make the most of the opportunity.
Well, there's lots of benefits for my country, as we are constantly investing in our competitiveness. Actually, I don't know whether you know, but among the founders or the people who created OpenAI, there were many Polish people. Right now, to build a strong AI industry in Poland, we are investing first in energy. We need to lower energy prices. This is why we invest in nuclear energy, in renewables, to lower energy prices in Poland and be able to provide energy for new AI factories. Quite recently, a couple of days ago, there was an announcement from European Commission that a new AI factory will be constructed in close to Cuerpo, So we are doing fine, but of course we have appetite for more.
We see it in two ways. The first is for a country of small to medium-sized businesses, which is 90% of the businesses have fewer than 20 employees. AI can be a huge gain for productivity for those firms who will increasingly be able to outsize functions and things that would otherwise have taken up huge amounts of staff time. So that's very exciting for New Zealand businesses. On the other side, we see that we are potentially a destination for data centres because we have a huge renewable energy capacity and therefore provide a good place to have a secure, green data centre for the future. So we're looking to see international investors making those investment choices over the coming years.
We talk about the youth bulge, we talk about having the third largest freelancer population in the world. So if you think today, a lot of these youth might be doing coding at $2 to $3 per hour, whatever. But as we move forward into blockchain, into AI, and if they get the right experience, if they get the right training, this can move into very easily $10 to $15 per hour. Great for them, great for the country. Because from our perspective, the IT services and the export associated with that is again going to be a big change for everyone as we go forward, and certainly will help the country in a big way.
We have an opportunity to lean into it more. So many of our economists that study this make the point that it is the diffusion and distribution of technology and the use of general purpose technologies within an economy that can make a big difference to growth, in addition to just who creates the technology in the first place. And from an EU point of view, I think we are doing quite well in terms of the use of the technology, but we've a lot more to do. I think it's far too early to say we're being left behind in any way. This is a technology that has quite some way to go, and we have the universities and we have the entrepreneurs that are well capable of allowing Europe to play a role in all of this. And that's where our focus is going to be.
I think it's difficult for any politicians to say, but we are gradually coming in using AI more and more, and we'll see that in the future. Of course, some works, quite a lot of works, will not be there anymore, but we see that in every technique shift, in all different shifts, there will also come new works, of course, and we will have tremendously, like in our public sector, which is very big, we can do very much through AI and save money and let people do what they're good at, and let AI also be a part of the public